Hi, this is Joe. I have a little behind-the-scenes story for you about Blossom's videos, and also one about a particular comment and a question based on one of those videos. Anyway, a few years ago, I posted one of Blossom's videos with a title, as opposed to just the date. After seeing it, Blossom liked the idea of titling them Moving Forward. I asked if she'd like to do the honors. It is her channel, after all. And she said something like, she didn't think it was her strong suit to title them. Would I mind doing them? Of course not. And that's what led to consistently titling them with an uplifting or supportive or affirming message. But for the April 24th video, Blossom sent me a note with a suggestion for a title and said if I didn't gel with it, we didn't have to use it. But come on, this was her first effort at titling a video, and there was no way I was going to say no, even though I had already titled it myself. No. Instead, I used the one she suggested, and honestly, the first time I read it, it cracked me up because it didn't seem uplifting or supportive or affirming at all. And interestingly, though not surprisingly, she received a lot of comments from people who expressed their own unhappiness with things at large, things pertaining to whether or not it was advisable to follow messages of hope. Curiously, though, there was also a particular comment with a question for me. And that's not typically something that happens in Blossom's comments on the videos on her channel. But anyway, the question posed to me was, I have a question for you, Joe. As you have read out all these messages from the Federation of Light, as well as White Cloud's messages, first of all, yes, I have read the ones from the Federation of Light, but I don't deliver the ones from White Cloud. Those come directly from Blossom, through Blossom, right? So the question goes on to say, what is your take on everything that has been said, especially the last couple of messages? And I didn't go back to read the last couple of messages, but I do know that there wasn't anything that I took issue with related to them. I generally feel in alignment with the messages that the Federation is delivering, especially because mainly they're geared toward focusing our attention on what we perceive to be of light, of love, and of truth, and see ourselves in that same vein. There's also one other thing. I know they also, over the years, have repeated that the light is one, and I added somewhere along the way, but we still have work to do. And that's exactly what anyone who embraces it is doing, knowing that in their day-to-day, even though it's not something that may affect thousands of people, it could only perhaps affect them individually. They're doing exactly what they need to be doing. And if they're maintaining a level of balance and composure and ease and happiness, despite what's going on in the world, especially when the messaging is intended to bring you down, to get you to focus on something that someone else wants you to focus on, to focus on things that are disempowering, to focus on things that cause anger, upset, turmoil. No, that's not taking your power. That's not holding yourself in your power. No. That's handing your power over to someone else, allowing them to direct what you choose to get all up in arms about. No, we don't do that. Not here. Anyway, the person went on to say, do you assume that we await the transition from 3D to 5D and will have to lose the human shell to do so? And my response to that went like this. I'd like to address your question first by saying I did lots and lots of healing work over the period of a few years. Actually, it was more like several years, but I wrote a few years. It left me with an open heart, few expectations, and as much acceptance as I've ever experienced. I don't often think of 5D at all. What I think about is the time between now and then. This now time we're in. Presumably, there's going to be quite a bit of turmoil among newly awakened people. And I intend to do what I can where I'm at. My focus is on this journey that gets us from here to there, wherever, whatever there is. Overall, though, I consider there to be a higher vibrational physical experience, where we are our greater selves 24/7. Frankly, I would really like to enjoy physicality in a higher vibration for quite a long period of time and experience new adventures from that perspective. I went on to say that I wasn't sure if I answered his question, and I left a PS. I really like narrating the Federation of Light's part, and I do align with what they offer, remembering that we each have a role to play. Theirs is the upliftment of humanity, in order for us to do what we came to do. And what is it we came to do? To be the light, to be the love, to be the truth. And I'm not saying this to be this to anyone or for anyone other than ourselves. So you see, my perspective is that there's nothing to show anyone. There's nothing to say to anyone. There's only to be. To be the light. To be the love. To be that truth that we are. Anyway, that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it. Those are the stories that I wanted to share with you. All right. Thanks for listening.